race bags full of red pills like 9 cap. No pride flags, bring Christ back. White lads fight back, just like the Reichstag. No pride flags, bring Christ back. Race bags full of red pills like 9 cap. No pride flags, bring Christ back. White lads fight back, just like the Reichstag. I don't rap for cash app and crypto, I just rap for backlash and schizos. You're not mad like Mad Max and Klitschko. If she's black, don't Snapchat the bitch, bro. Dodge feds, my squad's blessed with OBSEC. Mog reds and goths gets the cross dress. Brought stress to Zog's nest like what's next. Hump knocks at shop theft and lockstep. They go mad for my notepad skills. Get no fat frills, so there's no black pills. Looking in the chat and there's more sad shells. I've got many instrumentals on the toe tag bill. They can smear me in docs my info. I'm already face out like Jimbo. Normies freeze when I drop that window. Right hand up when I mock that bimbo. No pride flags, bring Christ back. Rice bags full of red pills like 9 cap. No pride flags, bring Christ back. White lads fight back, just like the Reichstag. No pride flags, bring Christ back. Rice bags full of red pills like 9 cap. No pride flags, bring Christ back. White lads fight back, just like the Reichstag. They're loving the fast rap with vibrant words. They go crazy like Mad Max and Heisenberg. You know I came in a black mask with silent work, and now they're ready to Snapchat the violent. No comment. I went into town with the leaflets, cause I'm boots on the ground and I preach it. Yeah, I went to town with the leaflets, but if you're black or brown it's a secret. That bitch just asked my star sign. I just told that bitch I'm far right. That bitch just asked my pronouns. I said no brown, she said slow down. My sound's making a ground break at the foundation. Loud shaking, the crowd got their brows raising. Town's waking, I'm bound to get round Satan. Sound waves never doubt I can drown nations. No pride flags, bring Christ back. Rice bags full of red pills like 9 cap. No pride flags, bring Christ back. White lads fight back, just like the Reichstag. No pride flags, bring Christ back. Rice bags full of red pills like 9 cap. No pride flags, bring Christ back. White lads fight back, just like the Reichstag.
Sweet, we're live. Evening, everyone. Welcome to episode 1 of VILEWatch. So my co-host here has rounded up a load of people that are currently wanted for some horrific crimes in the United Kingdom. They're yet to be caught yet, so we thought we'd highlight it a bit. Sorry. And if you remember, Crime Watch used to be a thing, didn't it? And then they got rid of it, and we all know why they got rid of Crime Watch. So we're going to be bringing this back once a week, I reckon. So how you been doing, mate? You good? You ready for this?
Yeah, good. Thank you, sir. Not too bad. Busy week, as you can imagine. There's lots going on. So, but yeah, the VILEWatch should be a good new feature. There's plenty to be going out. These are all Crime Stoppers, wanted individuals, all in the top 50 in the UK. So there's some pretty significant people here that are wanted. So worth going through.
Yeah, so the first one is this dubious looking character, Ahmed, and he's wanted in connection with a serious sexual offence. He's wanted for a sexual assault and rape that occurred on the 29th of June 2025 in Cardiff city centre. He's been identified as the suspect and is currently wanted for the offence. So it's quite concerning that you've got somebody that's already, been accused of rape, just roaming around, free to do it all over again. Like it's actually shocking. If you look at, there was an incident in Altrincham the other night where a teenage girl was abducted at knife point and held hostage basically for 7 hours. It's just become an absolute cesspit. And it's actually quite upsetting, really, because it shouldn't be like that.
Well, behind every one of these cases is a victim, and you've got to think this victim hasn't got a closure. So you've got a rapist who's out there loose, and imagine how the victim must feel, knowing that monster's still running around free, essentially, and the chances of catching him are getting slimmer by the day because these foreign individuals, whether they're still in the country or not, I mean, who knows? That's the problem. And that's this guy, the first one, Ahmed. Have you got a picture of him? Did you ever bring the pictures up?
Let me bring it back up one sec.
Yeah, he's got goes by a number of different nicknames as well. Galal, Wasif Ali. So that's the problem with these people. Who says that they're in. He's got links to Liverpool, London, and Harrogate. Add after Middle East to that as well. That's the problem. I mean, where the hell did he come from? Where the
Well,
hell
the
is he
thing
going?
is, they not only do they come into the country, like they smuggle them into the country, but they also smuggle them out of the country. So there's a lot of them. That's how the smugglers get in and out as well. Obviously, they go over when things aren't working over there, and it's dangerous because they can commit horrific crimes against people, and there's never going to be any accountability. They're not going to face justice. But just like you said, with these stories, there's a victim behind every story, and I think that's something that people forget sometimes. I mean, is the devastation that it causes the victims. I mean, if you're this woman, you're not going to feel safe, are you? Going out into your local town centre because this bloke hasn't been caught yet. He could. It's and ultimately, our women shouldn't have to live like this. It never used to be like this. I mean, I know we've got rapists within the white community, as the left likes constantly point out, but it was when I was growing up. I don't recall the rapes and sexual assaults and attacks being at this level. It's like there's literally multiple incidents each day that are occurring. And again, it's all an imported problem. We've got enough homegrown criminals. Why would you want to bring in more foreign ones? It doesn't make sense.
We literally don't have the time on the news to be going through every single rape case, sexual assault, vicious violent assault, whether it's a robbery, burglary. I mean, it's just so many that I can't remember the last time I saw a white man done for rape, other than that one recently. Do you know what I mean? A white on white rape. I genuinely don't see it on the news so much anymore, do you? Because they just can't fit it in. I think they just stopped reporting on it all because how can they? I mean, if they were to report honestly, they would see a 10 Alis, a Hameds, a Ahmeds every single day. And I mean, people would just wake up if they started to see it. The issue is people don't, because you don't see it on the mainstream news, do you?
Yeah, 100%. This bloke that's on the screen now, Mohammed Ahmadi, again, another foreigner, another third worlder. He's wanted for an offence that took place in February 2018. He was charged in August of 2018, but he absconded when he was on bail for the incident and failed to attend court. So is he another person that's been smuggled out of the country, or is he just lying low somewhere?
Well, this is the problem. I mean, where did he come from, and where is he going? He's got known links to South Wales, Kidderminster, and even the southeast. So, I mean, they're not even close. I mean, the southeast to Cardiff, they're 6 hours away from each other. So, I mean, it could literally be anywhere. This is the issue. We're not seeing these pictures on the screen, by the way, just so you know.
You're not seeing them?
No, we've just got the world screen at the moment.
Well, it's showing. It's showing on the actual. Hold on. Yeah, it is. It's on it's on the stream. People can see it.
Oh, people see it. I just can't see it. That's all right.
Put me off there. No, because I got I made sure I did the technical check earlier because I was on the ball tonight. But yeah, just going back to this bloke. I mean, again, it's another serious sexual offence that's taken place. He was charged in August 2018. That was 8 years ago. He's been on the run for 8 years.
Yeah, and the reason I bring it up is because he's been released on a warrant on bail. At the end of the day, I mean, how can he be arrested and charged with rape, but he's been released on bail anyway? I mean, how it just doesn't make sense, does it? This is where we're going wrong.
Why would you bail a migrant that's just been accused of rape as well? It's a clear flight risk. But they just this is what I mean. It's the people that make these bail decisions as well. It's
the reason I included this one was because it highlights the fact that it's been going on for nearly a decade. I mean, this isn't one of the recent ones that have come in the boats in the last 2 years. This isn't a Starmer problem. This is a Richie Sunak problem. This is a Boris Johnson problem. You know, this is the issue that we've got. This has been going on for nearly a decade, and God knows where this goes.
Sorry, mate. People like to forget just how many the Tories let in, because they let in wave after wave. I mean, everyone remembers during COVID, we were locked down, the pubs were closed, but the borders were wide open. They it's and like you said, there's so many crimes that come from this. It really is despicable. So this next guy is Dira Sadiq, and he's wanted in connection with lovely attempted murder, and that was in Coventry on February the 18th. A woman was seriously injured following a stabbing in Coventry on the 18th of Feb. We were called to an address in Swanswell Street at just before 4:30 a.m. A woman in her 20s was discovered with multiple stab wounds and was rushed to hospital. She continues to recover from her injuries. Dira Sadiq is the prime suspect. They're trying to say that he's from the Coventry area, but he doesn't look like he's from Coventry to me. Again, another appalling crime, and the fact that he's still not been apprehended. I mean, if he can do that to a woman, what's he going to do to? I mean, it doesn't bear thinking about the damage that's being done by people like this.
The fact that he's loose, I mean, it's scary, isn't it? Because he's dangerous. He's a dangerous individual. Even on the notes, the police say don't approach him because they're saying contact us because he's a dangerous individual. Well, so they need to be doing more to find these people. Putting an advert out on a website just isn't enough. And they should be putting posters out around everywhere, hunting these people down. But they're just not. He's been loose now for 4 months. He's been loose.
They should have specialist task force set up with finding these people. Oh, they could even, you remember your Dog the Bounty Hunter? You pay the general public to go and capture these people.
But instead, the vigilantes who end up being locked up. That's the problem. Can you imagine if one of us go and pick these up? We'll turn up at the police station and say, "Oh, you found your convicts here, or your criminal." You end up getting locked up for false imprisonment or something, right? You're kidnapped.
That's what happened to that farmer. People were trying to rob him. He put 2 of them on the back of his quad bike, drove them to the police station, and got arrested.
Madness, isn't it? Absolute madness.
Right, the next one is here we go. I think this one's Turkish. Ertan Masikog, and he's wanted for another serious offence. Let me get the next one up, so I can't see that. It's on the screen, but the writing's too small.
He's been charged with making threats to kill of his partner. This was back in 2007, right? Now he's been bailed so many times. He's failed to appear at court, and he currently remains outstanding with a warrant issued for his arrest. Got links to North Wales, West Yorkshire, and Cornwall. So again, this was only published within the last 6 months. He's been missing for nearly 20 years. Why then? I know it's outrageous, but this is an up-to-date picture. So he must have been arrested recently and been released again because this is an up-to-date picture. So it's mad, isn't it?
It's crazy. I mean, just look at the difference in policing, though. Like what we've seen already from those 2 people, that they've committed serious sexual offences and they've been bailed. And yet, you say some mean words on the internet, and you won't even get bail. But it just goes to show how far, unfortunately, the UK's fallen, and how much immigration really has been ignored by the political class. They're clearly ignoring the problems. We seem to be a haven for foreign criminals. I mean, look how many are currently in the prison system, and then like I said, I mean, we could sit here all night talking about it, but it's worrying because at the end of the day, you've got dangerous, violent criminals that are committing crimes such as rape and attempted murder, and they're roaming the streets. On top of that, you've got the threat from the Islamists, the jihadis, and you've got your random African attacks with knives killing people. It's like I said, it's really not a safe place to live anymore. You've got that, like I said, that teenage girl that was abducted in Altrincham. Bloody Altrincham! It's one of a really posh area, and you get teenage girls abducted at knife point as well. And speaking of knives, I'll just bring this one off for a second because 2007, so he's been wanted for 19 years. This is absolutely unreal. Right, I'm going to
Again,
bring.
he's been in police custody recently, and he's been released. So it just
So
doesn't
if
make
he's
sense.
been on the run, he's been on the run for something, and then they've released him, even though he's been on the run
Yeah,
for all these years.
exactly.
It's
Yeah, absolutely
ridiculous.
mental. Absolutely
Um,
mental.
what I thought. Oh, no, let me pause it. I saw that Robert Jemrick posted this on his Twitter earlier, on his X account. Sorry. That's good. So it's, I mean, the coverage that this is getting is, and rightfully so as well, that millions of people now know about this, because this is far worse than George Floyd. You know, the left and the Africans, they all bang on about George Floyd all the time. What happened to Henry was utterly horrific. He gets stabbed. He's trying to run away to get away from him after being stabbed the first time. He's been stabbed in the back of his legs. And then that Sikh guy's ended up with his phone. He's got his family out to ridicule him as he's lying there. And the police turn up and he tells the police he's been stabbed. No, you haven't, mate. And he dies, drowns in his own blood on the streets, handcuffed for doing absolutely nothing wrong. And this is why things can't go back to normal after this. There has to be, like, this has to be a defining moment, because not only should the attacker be punished, but also the family members that helped him. But I want to know who those police officers were, because they need criminal charges bringing against those. They need to lose their livelihoods. They need to not be allowed to police again, and they should face serious legal consequences for what they've done. It's utterly horrific. And like I said, the coverage that it's getting, and rightfully so as well. Let's just hope that for once the judiciary actually make a decision that favours the victim, because I just have a feeling, I mean, the excuses he's coming out with, that he thought he was going to be stabbed with his own knife, and that he was scared and that he was sorry. Well, if he was sorry, he'd have let people know that he'd stabbed him, wouldn't he? If he was remorseful.
Well, that's it exactly. He would have let him know it was an accident. The Metro have just released a piece today, this afternoon. I was just looking at it now, saying basically making excuses. The murder suspect said that he stabbed Henry Nowak after he was called a packy and had his turban pulled off. So that was enough to justify stabbing him, apparently. And this is the angle that the Metro, a London newspaper, is going in with. I mean, no. I don't know. It's disgusting. I can't quite get over the angle that they're coming from. I'm reading it now.
It's
basically justifying putting the blame onto Henry, saying he deserved to die, essentially.
Of course they will. They'll always make these anti-white decisions. But if can you imagine if it had been an Indian kid or a black kid, like the media, Keir Starmer? I mean, he's not mentioned anything about it, of course, because he didn't mention when Wayne Broadhurst was murdered when he was out just walking his dog. Anyway, let's listen to what Robert Jemrick had to say in Parliament. I don't like Robert Jemrick. I remember the damage that he did when he was a part of the previous Conservative administration. He had a program to welcome Afghan refugees and to get them houses and to put them into the UK. So always be sceptical of people like this. But the fact
this is why he can't be trusted, and this is why Reform, unfortunately, have gone down a route where they can't be trusted. There's too many. I was watching a video today with Suella walking next to Richie Sunak, talking about the boats, saying, they're going to stop the boats, they're going to deal with this, they're going to do that. She was stood right next to him, laughing and joking alongside him. She's now up in the Reform ranks. You've got Robert Jemrick, who, as you're just about to show, has allowed these people in with the Conservatives. Now he's with the Reform. They just can't be trusted, mate. They really can't be trusted. You're about to prove it.
Yeah, 100%. Let's see what it says. Anyway.
A student on a night out is stabbed multiple times with a 21 centimetre long knife. He's lying in a pool of his own blood, literally drowning in his blood. The police come to the scene. Instead of doing everything that they can to save his life, they handcuff and arrest the lad because there's an accusation of racial abuse. This is a scandal. Will the Home Secretary come to the House and say what she's doing to investigate the way the police conducted this matter And can we have a debate on two-tier policing, which is doing so much to undermine respect for the police and for the rule of law in this country? A student on a night out is stabbed multiple times.
So what do you make of that, mate?
Well, he's still not saying what needs to be said, is he? This is the problem. They're all going to dance around it. The clear thing that everybody wants to see out of this is obviously the justice for the boy, but also the banning of these knives that these people are allowed to carry around. We need to be coming down so much harder, not just on these religious artifacts, if they want to call them that, but on all the knives. We need to be saying, right, if you're caught with a knife any bigger than fucking 3 inches, you're going to spend 25 years in jail. No question. I mean, there should be zero question about it. But we're not hearing that. We're not hearing that rhetoric. We're still just going to hear excuse after excuse after excuse. We're not going to hear the condemnation of the police officers. We're not going to hear the condemnation of society as a whole because we're allowing this to happen. We just won't hear the words, a white boy died because we've allowed an ethnic minority preferential treatment. We won't hear that. And that's what we need to hear, unfortunately. But we just won't. It's all just smoke and mirrors bullshit, isn't it?
It's the fact that they shouldn't be allowed to, if they want to carry a knife, if it's part of their religious duty and that's how they need to live, then go and do it in India or Khalistan or wherever it is. Like, because it's ultimately, if he hadn't have been legally allowed to carry that knife, Henry might still be alive today. He wouldn't have been stabbed. And I think what people, I mean, I know why they're focusing, because there's a few people that are just focusing on the police, but it was a combination. It was the Sikh lad stabbing him 4 times, and then the fact that the police ignored what he had told them. And they only administer first aid once he'd already fallen unconscious and then bled out and died on the street. And they justify that because apparently he said something that was racist. By all accounts, he was trying to get away from it. This is how, and it frustrates me so much that you look at Keir Starmer and you look at, I mean, he commented about the attack at the mosque in, was it San Diego or somewhere in the States? He'll comment on that straight away, but the fact that he's not mentioned this as well is absolutely appalling. Again, it was just the same with Wayne Broadhurst as well. It's absolutely shocking. And it just goes to show that the politicians, they don't give a damn about the white working class. They don't, and it really is sickening, and people need to remember this. They need to remember how politicians and other political figures and influencers, whatever you want to call them, react to incidents like this that have taken place. So next up on the agenda for VILEWatch is another Mohammedan that is wanted, and that is Mohammed Lamine Saidi Seth.
He's from Kent. He's from my, well, not from, but this
not
happened
bloody from Kent. He's from bloody
Dover.
deserts of the Middle East.
So there's not much detail on this other than he's wanted by Kent police for a sexual assault on a female. Again, I mean, this is in Dover. He's probably fresh off the boat. And how are we ever going to trace this person apart from putting his face out there? But his face isn't out there. His face is buried deep inside a website. So it's just another example. The reason I brought it up is because obviously it's local to me. It's down here in Kent. But just I wanted to highlight the lack of information. This is a public information website as well. And they're basically saying, well, yeah, he's wanted for sexual assault. That's it. No other detail about him whatsoever. Now, we could look upon it 2 ways. Probably because they haven't got the detail on him. They're lucky that they've even... But how have they even got a picture? That's my question. He's been in police custody. That is a police custody suite picture. So how has he been in police custody? Yeah, he's allowed to walk away. It's a common theme along all of these stories. It's a common theme. We're arresting them, but we're letting them loose. It just doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. A dangerous individual is on loose and will probably, more than likely, strike again.
It's just another imported criminal that shouldn't have set foot on British soil in the first place. It's like, say, we've had 200,000 illegals that have arrived via small boats, I think, since it started in 2018. But then you look at the numbers that have come in legally, they bloody dwarf it. I mean, they were banging on about net migration today, about how it's down 82%. They're not. they're taking the attention, the focus, sorry, off of the fact that you had 813,000 people come in. And for people that are supposed to be reducing immigration, that number is far, far too high. This is why the immigration issue is so important as well. Like, not only are we being replaced because of like our birth rates are at record lows compared to how they've been, other communities obviously have more children per family. So not only are we being outbred in our own country, we've got a continued line of migrants pouring into the UK legally and illegally. And then it's really simple what needs to happen. And people, when you talk about remigration, they'll try and catch you out. Oh, well, what's the logistics of it? It's like, it's really easy. You'd have a specialist task force that would be responsible for going and rounding them up, and then they'd be put on their own deportation planes, because there was an incident, wasn't there, on a flight to Istanbul with somebody that had been deported for sexual assault, and they shoved him on a commercial flight, and then he started spitting at people.
I saw that yesterday. It's horrible, that, isn't it? The fact that they actually put him on a commercial flight, dragging him in. You know, I mean, they dragged him onto the plane to start with, and then it lasted for over an hour, where he was spitting at passengers. He was effing and blinding. There was kids there, and they were actually the authorities were threatening the people, other passengers who were videoing it, threatening them with arrest if they didn't put the cameras away. Absolute nonsense, man. Absolute nonsense. The stories coming out of it are unreal. Absolutely unreal. And it's just beggars belief, doesn't it? It just shows what an absolute shit show we're running at the moment. We've got one. He should be on a plane full of people. Why are we sending one individual back to Turkey? I'm sure we can fill up a plane with plenty of Turkish individuals. We've got 3 on this list here tonight.
Exactly.
Why are they sending just one? I don't know.
They should be on their own planes. There should be planes full taken off from British soil daily. And like I said before, if you privatise the remigration industry, just imagine, like, you know, if people could earn money from deporting them, it'd boost the economy and you'd create some new wealth. I mean, look at the bastards that have profited off the illegal invasion. People like Graham King. He's become a billionaire off of the back of Britain being invaded. He lives in Spain but sends his kids to private school, and he's making billions from our communities, housing rapists, murderers, terrorists. Like,
he's basically taking money straight out of our taxes, isn't he? As soon as we might as well just hand it straight over to him. What's the point of going through the processes and putting it through the different bank accounts? Just send it straight to him. He's the one making the money. Same with the Jew guys.
And you Africans in return. It's disgusting. Right, up next on the agenda, Enham Nishat.
Yes, so the next 3 we'll probably want to do together because they're all the same case. So these guys, they were involved in a stabbing whereby one of the victims died in 2023. It was March 2023 in Leeds, in Armley, Leeds. Now, again, it looks like these 3 have been arrested because we've got the mugshots for them. So they're on police records. But apparently they've been traced. They could be potentially out of the country. So the reason that we wanted to put this up because it's a high-profile case. It was a big case at the time, and obviously there's somebody died. I think one of the other person said they wanted for murder and attempted murder. The other person survived. So, yeah. So you got the 3 of them there. You got Enem Nishat. You got Akwadi Jeffers, and you got Caleb Orr. Or Awawi, if you really want to pronounce it. So all 3 of them were wanted for murder. Where are they though? If they've left the country, these aren't the. I mean, you got Enem Nishat, who's Turkish, we believe. Links to he's probably got links to Turkey, but the other 2, they look homegrown, if you want to call them that, don't they? Yeah.
Oh no, I wouldn't say homegrown. Yeah, like second generation athletes.
Yeah, perhaps.
It's again another. I mean, they'll be long gone out the country if they've been on the run for that long. More than likely in some corrupt African nation. I think. I saw. Oh, this was a while ago. There was an African rapper from the UK that had committed it. I think he'd murdered someone as well, and he flew out to Kenya and he was staying out there, or Somalia as well. So just absolute arseholes of the world. I wouldn't go there if you paid me. Some interesting developments here today over in Thailand. They've done a revamp of the immigration system. So instead of getting 60 days on arrival now, you only get 30, and they've changed it across the board as well. Let me just find it. Sorry, mate, I just cut over you when you were speaking.
No, it's fine. No, I think it's just it just shows that we've got such a broken system. How could we not know whether these people have left the country or not? I mean, how do you leave the country without a passport? First and foremost, obviously, they would have to get.
Well, they smuggle them out, don't they?
Well, this is this thing. If we can smuggle them in, I suppose we can smuggle them out. But it worries me the lack of competency across these. We've covered 5-6 different constabularies here, and they're just all showing the same incompetencies, the same problems, same issues. It's beyond a joke. It really is beyond a joke. We need a huge amount of reform, not reform the party, but we need a huge amount of reform in our policing structure. It's beyond a joke. We've got these people in our hands and we're letting them go. We don't know whether they've left the country, whether they're in the country. We've got no clue. It's beyond a joke. It's beyond a joke. And they're dangerous. And they're not petty criminals. These are dangerous murderers and violent rapists. You know, they're not your petty criminals. Oh, who's that chap just appeared on my screen?
This is the new time. And look, if Thailand can do this, then the UK can do it as well. It's not easy to change immigration laws and, you know, tighten things up. So basically, India have gone from having their visa exemption now to being visa on arrival, I think. So I think they only get 15 days in Thailand now. Visa on arrival. So they have to get the visa when obviously they arrive in Thailand. So in some cases it could be rejected. But we're on the list as well. We've gone from having 60 days back down to 30. And it's just showing that if Thailand can change their immigration policies, then why can't we have this in the UK? Why can't we get serious about it? Because it's all well and good just speaking about it. But until we've physically got people in power, we're not going to be able to stop it. That's really concerning. Anyway, seeing as we've been doing all doom and gloom, I thought we could have something to watch now. So do not tell me you could honestly think that this was an apology in any way, shape or form. But according to Ricky Doolan, Piers Morgan had apologised to him because he commented saying thanks for the apology. Judging by the performance on Saturday, it's as clear as day. Ricky Doolan can't sing. But not only can he not sing, he's also a very dodgy character as well. And I've got another video for us to watch as well. Parts of his debate with Laura Towler. So we'll have a 10-15 minute laugh. Anyway, this is Piers Morgan responding to fake pastor Ricky Doolan.
Well, earlier this week, I reported on the Unite the Kingdom rally organised by Tommy Robinson.
Oh no, I've just got to pause it and say, in no way, shape or form am I pro Piers Morgan. The man is a wretch on society. And the things that he's done in his journalistic career have been far from above board. And he seems to be a chair in a corner type of guy that allows his missus to be pressed by young, handsome, muscly stallion while he's sat there rubbing his fucking glutinous belly, cheering for Arsenal as they lifted the Premier League. So
well, that's I was just about to say that over the last couple of days, me and Morgan, we are allies. I mean, we will be enemies again probably in the next 48 hours. Whilst we enjoy the Arsenal glory, we are friends.
You're an Arsenal fan?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's been glorious our house the last few days, mate. It's been beautiful. We've waited a long time for this.
Yes. Yeah, that soured the stream a bit, unfortunately. So we'll listen to Piers Morgan now.
Morning, Piers. Let's have a bit
Part
of
of a
Morgan.
detailed monologue on the issue, I brought to our viewers' attention some of the musical acts who performed on stage. The performance by Ricky Doolan, I said, had united the kingdom in condemnation. This is the clip that we used. And you never Well, Mr. Doolan has since contacted me online quite a few times, actually, threatening legal action. The clip we used, one of many circulating on social media, was, according to Mr. Doolan, a deep fake. He believes that dark forces are at work and that malicious actors may have used artificial intelligence systems to make him sound more terrible than he actually is. Well, I'm pleased to say that we've now sourced the original clip from the event's live stream. And in the interest of fairness, I'm more than happy to now play it for my viewers. Whoa, hang on, sorry. No, I said we've got to play the original clip, the one with his real singing voice from the official live stream.
Brilliant.
Oh, that was it. Oh, right, okay, well, you better play on then.
The best bit about that was the guitar.
There was nothing. The only decent one with a bit of talent on stage was the drummer Jardine.
Yeah, Jardine's good lad, Jardine. Yeah.
Do you know what should leave a bitter taste in people's mouth is how much all that cost? What, a couple of 100,000 to listen to Ricky Doolan murder, classic British songs with his band of Africans.
I mean, there isn't a lot of defences. I mean, it's he's posted a lot of videos. I mean, if we were pals, I'd be saying to him, "Turn it in, Ricky. I want it, mate. You're doing yourself no favours." Because the videos he's releasing of actual music videos. I mean, I'm a musician. I understand music. I can't sing myself, but I understand music. it's terrible. It's fucking awful.
I know when something sounds good. And look, the thing is why we mock him is because it's not only that I've got 2 more videos for us to play, because it is important, because obviously he's been in the they're trying to push this civic nationalism slop, and ultimately he's a supporter of that. He doesn't care if white Brits are being replaced. Anyway, this is corrupt, dodgy dealings in Rhodesia.
As long as you grease the wheels in Africa, there's no issue.
We want to be very clear. Yeah, we are cash rich. It's embarrassing. It's not rich.
Good, I like embarrassing cash rich.
You're expensive.
Take it in. Everybody's going to be greased nicely. This is how Africa works. Oh yeah, there's a lot of ministers. But for one project, there shouldn't be too many ministers. We need grease. If this one's misbehaving, we go here. Guess what? He gets a good spanking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He gets a good spanking, and you know, a good spanking in these type of countries can be flipping harsh.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to go to jail. They might just go to jail for 6 years.
So, as you can see, I mean, he's gloating about violence being committed against people that aren't willing to go along with his corruption, and then talking about getting them jailed for 30 years. Hardly somebody that you'd want representing our country, and overall trying to claim that they're a representative of the right. So he's involved with dodgy Nigerians, dodgy blacks in Africa, or dodgy blacks, money laundering. And not only that, but he's also imported Africans into the United Kingdom himself. Like, he had a care business and he was importing Africans to work there as well. So he's clearly got a hard on for Africans. Very, very strange little man. But
it's the dodginess with their finances that are interesting to me. I mean, clearly, as you say, he's got a penchant for the African nations, but to hear that he's out, I mean, that video there is disturbing. I mean, what's happened with that? Clearly, was that ever followed up by anti-fraud or what? I mean, that surely there should have been a criminal investigation behind that. I would have thought.
You'd think that, wouldn't you?
We'll have to have a look. Yeah, I'll look into that and do a deep dive, and we'll look at that later in next week. But there's certainly questions about him as an individual, isn't there? I mean, that can't be that can't be in doubt.
Yeah, so we've seen obviously we've highlighted his dodgy dealings with the Africans in Zimbabwe, and then he's got some very, very bizarre views. Now, I won't put the full 11-minute video on because it is quite long, but we are going to watch the best bits of it. And this is from Voice of the Valleys. It's a really good account to follow, actually. Even he's mocking Doolan deep fake as well, but this comes from Ricky's debate with Laura Towler of Patriotic Alternative. And at the time, Doolan had an organisation called British Lives Matter, but he's got a very warped take on what it is for someone to be British. So anyway, we'll enjoy this, and what we'll do is we'll just stop at the funny bits and speak about it and have a laugh and whatnot. So yeah, here we go.
Talk to you about a moderator.
Yeah, no problem. So thank you for being here. I appreciate it. And even though I don't agree with your stance, and obviously you don't agree with mine,
yeah,
debate's important. Do you know what I mean? And there's certainly no hatred from my side towards you or anything. It's just a difference of ideas. I tell you who's wrong to be in this country. You're a danger to this country and this society. And that's why I say that you're dangerous. You are dangerous to the people of Britain. Hello, everybody, and welcome to live broadcast. Live broadcast, the first ever.
Oh, dear me.
British.
Let me introduce from Patriotic Alternative, Laura Towler. My position with BRLM, that we have a problem. Everybody knows we have a problem with illegal immigration. Now, where I have a problem with the stance of Laura and Patriotic Alternative is they're not just interested in illegal immigration. They're interested in immigration as a total, and not just immigration as in new immigrants that are coming in, people that are in this country that have immigrated maybe this generation or second generation or third generation.
Yes.
Yes, we have a problem with immigration, but definitely we don't have a problem with immigrants. So,
pause that. So today they released.
I need to run to the toilet. Just carry on speaking. I'll be back one second.
They released some statistics today, of course, where they said that the number has actually gone down of people. The difference between people leaving and coming. Now the issue with that is, as has been pointed out today, is that they're not looking at who's coming in and who's coming out. They're just giving us the raw figures and the raw numbers, and they're not. Again, they're completely ignoring the caliber of people coming in, and then obviously the benefits that they're taking once they get here, and looking at the caliber of people that are leaving. The good people are leaving. The talented people who have got businesses, they're taking their businesses elsewhere. They're taking their talents elsewhere. the reason that we've got the NHS full of Nigerian and Asian doctors is because all of anybody that's going into medicine now, once they're getting lumbered up with debt, they're buggering off to another country to earn better money because they're not earning the money here anyway. So we've got a massive issue with the immigration. So I completely disagree with his view there, where we don't have an issue with immigration. We have an issue with immigration, full stop. Then you start looking at the subcategories of immigration, and then we can start identifying where those major issues are and what we're going to attack first. But for anybody to say that we don't have an issue with immigration, their heads in the clouds. They're completely in denial, or they're being paid to be in denial. They're a paid agitator in that respect, or paid opposition. But yeah, I completely disagree with him with what he says there, that we don't have an issue. But he's going to say that because he's been, as you pointed out, he's been using or rigging the system for years by bringing these people in on whatever visas, work visas. And I doubt if any of these Nigerians and Africans that he's brought in to work for his care business, which is another story altogether, which I absolutely despise. And I can give you a number of stories about that. One happened only the other day at Cash Point. Vile. I can't stand it. I do not. Africans should not be looking after our mentally ill and old people, in my opinion. It just shouldn't be. Full stop. But he's obviously benefited from that. So he's going to have a line where he's saying that immigration, he's obviously going to have that line, but it's complete bollocks. It's just to cover his own.
Of course, I'm just the main reason that this is relevant, I think, is because there's some people that have obviously come into activism and politics before this happened, so they might not be aware of it. So I'm hoping that some people that, mind you, then again, are we trying to convince people that support Ricky Doolan that we need them on our side? I would probably say no, because they're retarded. But I think ultimately people need to see that these people that claim they're this, they're not. They're claiming that they're something that they're not, basically. And when their argument is put under any type of scrutiny, they behave the way that Doolan does, and that's all it is, basically. He's trying to portray Laura. He's trying to, use emotional blackmail and make the argument emotive to try and frame Laura as the bad person, which is an extremely leftist tactic to do. But I think, obviously, I'll put it back on, but what people should also be aware of, his definition of a British person is extremely concerning. He believes that anybody that comes to the UK, loves the country, integrates, loves our culture, can call themselves British, and they are British. And it's like, well, no, we've got a country, the United Kingdom. Our identity, we are English, but we're British. We're part of the ethnic people of these islands. So why should we give away our birthright to people that aren't even born on this pissing continent, people that have got absolutely nothing in common with our country other than the fact that they come to the UK to get what they can, to take what they can, and ultimately assert their dominance over the native population. So for me, anybody that has the same views as Ricky Doolan or supports what he's saying, you're not a patriot, you're a fucking retard. Let's carry on.
How do they clarify Indigenous people? They do it by skin colour.
Well, first of all, not all white people are British. So there are people who exist, such as the Polish, the Spanish, the Italians, the Swedish, etc. We want a Britain that is British, not just a Britain that is white.
So what about two young British children, let's say 16-year-olds, two 16-year-olds, their parents have came here from Africa, they were born and raised here, they only know Britain, they don't know anything about Africa, they don't know anything about the language. Are them two people I've just talked about, the two kids that were born and raised here with parents who came from Africa, are they British?
No, they're African.
How are they African?
What do you mean, how are they African? If I was born in China, would I be Chinese?
Yeah, but I told you they're born in Britain.
Yeah, but I'm saying if I was born in China, would I be Chinese?
But what's that got to do with these two kids that are born
because
in Britain?
these are Africans who were born in Britain, and you're saying that they're British because their mum gave birth to them here.
Okay, so they're African.
They're African. They're British citizens. They've got British passports, but they're not British. If anyone can be British, then being British means absolutely nothing. If all it takes is a piece of paper from the government, then it's a worthless identity, isn't it? I identify as Chinese now, so I want to be called Chinese because you just have to say that you identify it, and that makes it true, apparently.
And Laura was absolutely bang on there. I love the way that she articulates the argument. She's an overall positive for nationalism, and she's good at debating as well. But it's true. If you know, if it's just a piece of paper that makes you British, then what is our identity? It's nothing. And the fact that they're trying to steal our identity off us, you know, we're over 1,000+ years of history as a nation, and we've got people like Doolan that just want to give it away to Africans and other foreigners because they don't care about us being demographically
He's nothing but a traitor. He's a traitor. That's the only way I see it. I see that as a
scam artist.
Scam artist, mate, yeah.
And this is what makes me laugh. Why would Tommy have this guy on stage or a part of his movement if he knows? I mean, I'm asking a stupid question here because there's other people that he has involved that have done vile things to women. I just think it's really funny that he's given such a prominent role on the civic nationalism right, as you want to call it. But it's just ultimately it's just full of retarded views like this. So it gets a bit more spicier.
Then go back to China.
Go back to China, bitch.
In fact, I would say that Black Lives Matter and the extremists on the Black Lives Matter side, such as the the FF Force.
Oh yeah, what a classic. Can we get a big round of applause for the comedian in chat? Can we get a little Animal Crossing clap, a little golf clap for the resident expert in comedy here?
What Ricky's trying to do is bring up the Holocaust, which is, you know, the scariest event from history, to shut down the debate, but he doesn't care about the
Holocaust, the Nazis, Adolf Hitler, Nazi Germany in 1930, anti-Semitic, do the Sieg Heil, Nazis, Adolf Hitler, Nazism,
well.
the Jews, Nazis, the Nazis murdered 8 million Jews. 8 million Jews dead.
Billions and 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 billions.
I mean, you can't even admit that the British are an ethnic group.
How do you establish who's not British?
What do you mean? So now you're pretending that the British don't exist?
So that means everybody is not really truly British, right? If you're Northwestern European, it could be.
So now
could be Holland.
Just for the audience to listen to this, we're now doing that the British people don't exist argument. You have the same arguments as people like Hope Not Hate. You're saying that British people don't exist.
British people are black.
And Ricky said, as long as they think they're British.
I've got a point. I've got to rewind that. Did you hear what he just said then? Did you honestly just hear what this? Oh, we're going back. Here we go.
People like Hope Not Hate. You're saying that British people don't exist.
British people are black.
Look at the. Oh no, where is it? Oh, there it is. Come on, man. Oh, there. Trying to get this still was funny. What do you make of that? Because that's utter tosh.
It's laughable. I mean, look at it. How can he actually take himself seriously? He doesn't. Surely he can't be meaning what he says.
Absolute fucking demon, mate. I mean, I know I get some shit on the internet, but Jesus, if I had his views, I'd never see the light of day ever again. Like, this is the person that the fake pastor that's married to an African is telling you that you can't have a country because it's racist and that anyone can be British. Look at the fucking state of it. Honestly, these people.
And Ricky said, as long as they think they're British or they're happy to.
Said that.
Hang on.
You
all
said
right.
you were neutral.
I am neutral, but what you said, as long as they're happy to be British and they're British, you don't matter what colour they are. And what you're saying here is you stand for anybody who perceives or thinks or feels or are, as the legal said, are British. Is that correct?
No, I didn't say that.
You did say that.
What it means to be British is if you're born here, but not only if you're born here, if you live here, if you respect this country, if you've moved to this country, if you've committed to this country,
okay, so
you've been given British citizenship, you have every single right, just as much as you, to claim that you are British.
So Salman Abedi, who murdered 22 people in the Manchester Arena bombing, he was born in Manchester and he lived there all his life. Is he British?
He was British.
Oh, fucking hell, man.
So the Libyan that was born in the UK that killed 22 innocent people at the Manchester Arena is British. So he's the type of person that will say Shamana Mahmood is British and David Lammy is British and Dawn Butler and Sadiq Khan and the Pakistani rape gangs are British. That's what his clarification of British is. That's what his definition is. It's sickening. And you know, people like this, they are traitors because they're actively working with the people that are trying to replace the native population. And, you know, it's like I said, thank God we've got people that are willing to dismantle these arguments. But again, this is why. Go on.
What frustrates me is that he's got all this support online from people who we would consider patriots alongside us, people who actually care about this country, who are proud to be British and so on, who haven't seen videos like this, who need to see videos like this, because when they're sitting there and they're praising, they might sit here and have a conversation with you and I and share exactly the same views. No, that guy isn't British, he's Libyan, and share everything that we share. But then they'll go out and support an individual that completely contradicts everything that we stand for. So I'm not digging him out per se because I don't know the guy and I really can't be bothered with the kind of war that it might come with. But ultimately, people need to see. People need to look at these videos and realise that these guys are against us. They're not on our side. He's not on our side. Because if he had the choice today, if he had the choice to say, right, deport or stay, he'd let them fucking stay. And this is the issue that we've got. We can't allow people like this to have such a public profile and to dupe people the way that he's duping them, because he is duping them.
Let him have his public profile. I'm not bothered about that, but it's important that people call him out for his bullshit and show regularly.
Need to understand,
Yeah, I mean, but you look at that whole civic nationalist side. You're telling me you're happy, people are happy to have that as a representative of what you want. I mean, you know, they bang on about us being nasty, racist extremists. I'd rather be a traditionalist than someone that's going around telling people that he's healing them. He's healing Muslims, apparently.
Oh, that video, you should play that video in a sec. What a fucking joke.
It's on No Chances page. Let me find it, because this is who's made the video as well. It's No Chance. He's a good lad, so you need to follow his YouTube account and his X page, because it's a good page to follow. Let's just see this next bit and I'll find the healer. Well, this is funny.
No matter how much that Manchester bomber hated this country, no matter how much Shamima Begum hated this country, they were born and raised here. They were given British. They were British citizens. They are British, unless they say otherwise. If they were born here and they have British passports, of course they're British.
You think that being British is just having a piece of paper from the government? It's so much more than that. We're a distinct group of people.
Who are the?
Hang on, one at a time.
Who are the indigenous people? Are they the white people?
The British, yeah.
British people are white. Yeah. Do you stand for black people? Do you stand for black people? Do you stand for Asian people in this country?
What do you mean? Do I stand for them?
Like, do you stand for them?
So can I just confirm, you do not care if the ethnic British become a minority in Britain? Is that right?
I don't think I said that. You've been
well, I'm asking you, can you confirm, if British people, native British people, became 50% of the population or less in Britain, would you care about that, or would you not care?
Let me address that. Let me address that, all right? Because according to you, your manifesto and your rhetoric, 2060 is around the period when you say that the British
not me, Professor David Coleman from the University of Oxford.
All right, so Professor David Coleman said it, right? Let me just tell you something about that first. That is an estimation.
It's based on
no fact. You presented it like it's a fact.
It's a fact.
You see, look at his face, how he's trying to gloat, and he's wrong in what he's saying anyway. It's an estimation that's based on current trends, and as it stands with the numbers coming into the country, we are going to be demographically replaced. And you only have to go to places like London, Leicester, Manchester, Birmingham, Bradford, Luton, Leeds, Yorkshire, Dewsbury, Batley, Slough, you know, all of these places have got majority foreign populations, and he's trying to deny. I mean, granted, this video was a couple of years ago, but even a couple of years ago, you couldn't deny that we're being demographically replaced. A lot of these civic nationalists in particular are only just talking about demographics now, and the only reason they're doing it is because, like Tommy said in his video, the only people talking about this are ethno-nationalists. If we don't talk about it, we need to talk about it. So he's only doing it because we are, whereas people like us have been campaigning to make people aware of what's going to happen demographics-wise for years. And we took tremendous flack from these are your Ricky Doolins, your Tommy Robinsons, your centre right that branded us as extremists because we wanted to deport people. And it's like my mate Joe Marsh has said before, if we finally do get remigration, your Tommy Robinsons, your Ricky Doolins will be holding on to the vans as we're trying to deport them. They'll be stood at the planes trying to stop the planes from being taken off. And ultimately, like, we shouldn't have to highlight this all the time, but there's so many bad actors on the right and people that are promoting basically an anti-white ideology. They need calling out for it. So yeah, anyway, let's move on to the healing video, because in this video he admits that British people are all different colours, which is absolutely preposterous as well, because he's denying our identity, and that is something that should be unforgivable as well. So let's have a look. So Jesus heals a Muslim, apparently. Get ready for this.
In the mighty name of Jesus.
I'll give 100%. Yes. 100%. Yes.
Brother, how are you? Can I pray for you? What's the problem? How did it happen? Okay. Can I pray for you right now? And Jesus is going to heal your knee right now. Father, in the mighty name of Jesus, I pray for this knee right now. I command all pain to leave, all ligaments to heal, all muscles to heal, all joints to heal in the mighty name of Jesus. Pain, I command you to leave in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. 100% healing right now in the name of Jesus Christ. Pain gone. Healing of the knee in the mighty name of Jesus. Now walk, brother. You're healed. You're healed. Walk.
What was it like before? Well, I'll give you 9. Now I'll give 100%. Yes. 100%. Yes.
I mean, it's beyond a joke, isn't it? And any serious religious person as well who's following him for the religious aspect should be looking at that saying, how dare you? You know what I mean? Who the fuck do you think you are?
You've got to be a special kind of fucking retard to believe that bollocks. Like,
I mean, Jesus Christ. Did it say that he paid that chap? Does it actually show him paying the chap?
Oh, no, I've not seen that bit, but I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, that's just utter bollocks. It really is absolute bollocks. Anyway, moving on from Pastor Doolin, we'll give him, that's my thoughts on it. So he can't sing. He's pro-immigration, he's pro-African, and he brands people like us as racist and extremists. So, no, the right shouldn't be supporting him. Anyway, moving on to a bit of election fraud now, or election rigging. So, 5 people have been arrested today in Thameside over local election offences. All 5 were arrested on suspicion of conspiracy to defraud. 5 people were 4 men and 1 woman aged between 23 and 47, and they were held at addresses in Thameside. Police said the investigation involved the process of how candidates were put forward and represented in the ward, and if this adhered to the relevant legislation and electoral procedures. No comment on who... They can't even say it was a mistake. They planned it all on WhatsApp. Low IQ move. Let's have a look. Our investigation held that internal messages have been circulated in Labour WhatsApp group leading to the election, discussing the tactic of planting stooge independents in order to split the vote of opposition candidates who could benefit from defecting Labour supporters. The message were allegedly instantly deleted by other group members and instructions sent to not discuss the topic in that forum. The Mill investigation linked 3 of the 4 official backers of the alleged fake independent candidate in St. Peter's, Mary Fairhurst and Muhammad Ali, to the campaign launch party of Labour candidate Atta ul Rasul. Election candidates were Muhammad Ali. Yeah, so they're all, what's that, 1, 2, 3, 3 women and 2 birds, 3 blokes and 2 birds there, and this is following on from the further vote rigging, where 4 Labour activists have been charged and have appeared in court over rigging the vote as well. So there's people, I think people seem to forget with the left, but they all do anything to ensure that elections are in their favour. And if that means by doing it fraudulently or breaking the rules, then they will do it. That's why people need to realise they will do anything to get into power and anything to remain in power. We are too courteous and civil to these people ultimately they're the ones that are facilitating and cheerleading the destruction of our country. So it's interesting that, like I said, you've got the 5 in Tameside, and then 4 Labour activists that appeared at Westminster Magistrates Court on Tuesday. All 4 have been suspended from the Labour Party pending the outcome of an investigation, and there's a pre-trial hearing on June the 16th as well. So keep an eye on that one, that case, people, and the 5 arrests in Tameside as well, because obviously that's going, that's Labour politicians as well. Again, I'm guessing with a heavy Muslim influence as well, because there were reports, was it Gorton, where they were saying about basically they're told who to, I mean, we know this anyway, they're told who to vote for in the mosque. So the men all come and they go around vote harvesting, don't they? So they'll get, like, if there's 5 or 6 people at the house, they'll all be voting for the same. So yeah, keep an eye on these cases moving forward. So that's June the 16th for a pre-trial hearing. You know, they often say that we're the dangers to democracy when it's always people like this that are trying to subvert it. So yeah, so that one's June the 16th, and the Tameside one has only just happened today, I believe. So you should also keep an eye out on that as well to see who the people are that get charged. Up next on the agenda is Calvin Robinson. Now, interesting story about Calvin. He's had me blocked, or he did have me blocked for an awful long time because he didn't like some of my spicy takes that I made, unfortunately. Anyway, since moving to America, he seems to have been quite awakened as to the many problems that are currently facing not just, you know, England, but the West in general. He's unblocked me now anyway, and now he's doing early life checks on reform politicians. So
I really like Calvin, yeah, and I tell you what, he's really strong at as well, is the anti-Judeo-Christian approach, anti-Zionist. He is surprisingly a true Christian Brit, and I quite like him. I really quite like him.
Yeah, he seems like a good guy. I mean, obviously he's half English, and I think his mum or his dad that's Afro-Caribbean, but he's still 50% English. So, I mean, I know there's some people that don't agree with this, but I'd let people be politicians that have got, as long as you've got one parent that is of English ancestry, that is completely English. So if one of your parents is English, you should still be allowed to run for politics. I don't believe, but then again, I see the flip side of the argument where people will say, well, you know, mixed race people, all of them, they don't class themselves as white, they class themselves as this. I mean, overall, I mean, I'd say, you know, there's probably a high number of them that actually do that. I mean, I know quite a few mixed race people that are staunch patriots, that can trace their generation back, their family tree back 14 generations. So, and in my opinion, they're half English, they're half Afro-Caribbean. But that's just my view, and obviously everyone's entitled to have their view. I know some people will say that he's not English at all, and I just don't believe we need to have that argument or waste time on it, really, at the end of the day. Like I said, one of his parents is English. He's not fully English, but I'd rather have him spouting the rhetoric he is now than the civic nationalist bollocks he was before. So yeah, this is Calvin on the Dan Wootton show. Here we go.
Ethnicity is, Roger. I can't tell by looking at you, and I've tried to search online. I can't find it out. You've just called yourself British. You're clearly not British, right? You're born in America. I don't know what your family ethnicity is, but you are coming on television as a brown man saying that Britain must have open borders. Britain cannot restrict its borders. Britain cannot be primarily British. Let me finish, because I let you speak. Britain cannot be primarily British and English. You've said these things. You said these are stupid ideas. And I think that's actually, who are you to tell the British people who they can and cannot let in? Who are you to tell the British people who they are as a people? Britain is a place with a people that has been around for over 1,000 years. It has a heritage, a language, a culture, an ethnicity. It is predominantly white, predominantly Christian, predominantly British, and English and Scottish and Welsh and Northern Irish. And these things matter. They mean something. Now, someone can argue that you can have limited immigration. You can have a minority of people coming to live in your country. But those people do not ever become ethnically English or ethnically British. Having a British passport does not make you ethnically British. Do you have grandparents who were born in Britain who also have grandparents who were born in Britain? I don't think you do, but you never clearly answer that question. You just come on air and tell us who we should be. And to answer the question about me, yes, I do. Half my family is ethnically English. Half my family is Afro-Caribbean. I have great grandparents who were born on the British Isles. I have the blood and I have the claim to the soil. And I disregard anyone who claims otherwise. Roger, are you Jewish?
Am I Jewish? Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Exactly the problem that we've got. Just quickly, this guy here on his screen, he's a Jewish American running for Reform UK for a council seat. No. He's the epitome of the problem we've got with Reform, which is exactly why anybody who touches Reform need their fucking heads checking. They really do.
Yeah, Reform love the foreigners. Who is he to start talking about?
He's an American. I think he's a doctor of some sort. I mean, not a medical doctor, but he's got a doctor before his name. He's a Jewish American who's now, I think he's a writer and a broadcaster as well. He's been on Dan a couple of times in these debates.
Politics, mate. We don't want it. We don't.
No, get him out. What's he even here for? But he's there representing Reform on a national debate show. So what are Reform doing? What are they doing, man? Mental.
Ridiculous.
Completely mental.
Right, up next this is going to be the last one, and then we're going to wrap up because it is coming up to 2:15 in the morning. But I think the stream's gone well. I've enjoyed it. Hope people found it useful. So if you see any of those wanted criminals that you saw earlier on in the show, please make sure you contact the local authorities and get these horrible people off our streets. I'll post a couple of them out later and a couple of them out the next day as well. I'm sure Spaces host will post them out as well. So yeah, this is citizen journalist Truth Hurts. He's done a lot of work exposing the migrant hotels. I think I swear it was him that uncovered the takeaway.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, he found the takeaway. Great guy. Just on that, I know him pretty well. We've been speaking for a good time now. We've planned a couple of bits down here we've never got around to. But if anybody doesn't support Truth Hurts already, go and support him and give him some love. He's a veteran. He's one of us. He's a really good lad and does some amazing work. He's been incredible over the last couple of years for us in the migrant hotels community. So yeah, he's a good lad.
Yeah, he does. Is fearless as well, and his work's important as well because it shows, it ultimately highlights and shows the people that have been put into the communities, and then not only that, but the foreigners that are then guarding them, which is even crazier. So yeah, this was Truth Hurts visiting a Serco Room HMO in Watton after migrants were moved from the Brook Hotel in Norwich into homes across the district. So like he says, the government boasts about closing hotels, but in reality it's dispersing these men into thousands of smaller properties nationwide, and that's why they promised they were going to put them in every single county. So yeah, let's have a look at this.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Where are you coming from?
Right, this is what. So okay, look. Hello. Got a big shisha pipe in there. So yeah, this is HMO 33 Henry's Court, where they put 7 migrants from the Brook Hotel in this house here.
Hi. Yeah, they said they'll come and look at the ground. Yeah. Go, we're just gonna go back out. I've seen it. It's good enough. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Is that all good? So if you just tell them when they turn up that I've been.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Yeah, go.
Yeah. I can speak English a little.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. Where are you coming from?
Here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we live here.
1 week.
Yeah, 1 week. Yeah. So
1
we're
week.
going around all the HMOs.
Did they move you from the Brook Hotel?
Yeah.
How many in here? 7.
How many?
How many people in here?
4.
4.
Four.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
4. Thank you.
Everything okay? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
No complaints.
Washing machine.
Yeah.
Break down.
Ah, it's not working.
Working. When I wash the dishes.
Yeah.
Okay. Water.
It leaks in there, does it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not good, is it? It's not good.
Yeah. I called to make them help.
And they didn't.
Migrant help.
One problem in the house.
Yeah.
No mirror.
No mirror.
No bathroom. No
Yeah.
my room. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shave. Yeah.
So you want a mirror and you want the washing machine thing.
Washing machine. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You got the numbers up here, have you?
Yeah. All the stuff's good.
Yeah.
That's all
Make
good,
them help.
You might want to clean.
It says this. Look. No shisha pipes, which you have in there.
Yeah. See this?
No shisha.
No sheet pipe. You know out there. You know
No,
out there in the hallway. You got a sheet pipe outside there.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
good. Have a look.
Takes the piss. They got all the appliances. Did you hear it? Migrant help. I'll call migrant help. So they've got dedicated specialists on call, ready to what? Cater to needs 24/7. Fucking cheeky bastard as well. I want mirror. I want this. You should be grateful you're getting to live in an house like that. Fucking Abdul, living in your flip flops, back in the desert, fondling goats, and he's now living in a nice house in Norwich, all paid for by you, the taxpayer. Fucking outrageous, mate.
Yeah, I mean, I'm almost speechless with anger. Do you know what I mean? We've done a lot of work on this. Obviously, me and Kira have done a lot of work on this, and it's frustrating. It's so frustrating to see it happening now because we've obviously started to compile the list. It's so much work. It's unreal. I've had probably over 500 submissions Kira's had of people telling us that there's a HMO on the end of their street now. And there's just so much data there. I can't put it all together on my own. I've had to recruit people to come and help us put it together. But they are literally popping up everywhere. And all I can do, all we can urge people to do is tell us at every opportunity, tell the biggest account that you know, and get them to get in touch with someone who's dealing with it. Preferably send it over to Kira, and then we can put it all together and we can start arranging protests, because that's what we're going to have to do. Now that the summer's here again, we're likely to get some people out. Now that this UTK event has sucked everybody's energy up, hope we'll give them a couple of weeks to recover, and then we need to get back out on the road, and we need to be not causing problems, because we don't want to be recorded that, but we need to be disturbing the setup. Basically, we can't allow it to continue.
Yeah, 100%. The fact that there's going to be multiple HMOs in villages and towns across the country, even on the same road in many cases, it's really worrying, because they're going to place them next to schools. They're going to place them next to elderly people. What about old women that are going out trying to do the shopping in the morning or at night time? Heaven forbid they go out late and they encounter one of these savages. Like, we've already seen, what was his surname? His name was Terence from Hartlepool. He got murdered, jihadi attack when he was on his way to the shop. Like, we've seen the industrial scale rape of people, and still the numbers keep coming in. Outrageous. We're going to finish on this, because I've seen a few different reports about this, and I think it's important to note that in regards to the trial for the Manchester Airport brothers that attacked police officers, one of them was already found guilty of assaulting the female police officer, to which that's why he's been in prison ever since. This case is for the police officer Zachary Marsden. Something interesting that turns out something interesting, that he was actually armed with a gun when they attacked him, and you would have to say that in those circumstances he would have been perfectly reasonable within his rights to use it. due to the high level of violence he'd faced. Thank God he didn't, because he'd more than likely be still at the dock facing criminal charges. I mean, he still might be facing criminal charges, but what's obviously happened is the jury's been discharged for a second time. They're not going to have jurors that aren't biased, because, and you know, you see these fucking people like Sophie Corcoran. Oh, I don't know why the jury's gone like this. Well, it's really quite simple. They put their own people above everything. They defend their own, no matter what they've done. And that's something that people need to realise. But ultimately, both of these lads should be behind bars for a very long time and then deported back to Pakistan, because these aren't the type of people that you want in your country, is it?
Well, no, absolutely not. And the problem is they're, again, homegrown, as they're called, and this is the process that we need to get agreed, and it needs to be introduced at some point soon, that if somebody commits a crime and they can be repatriated, then they need to be repatriated. There can't be any question. There should be an instant deportation. The issue that we're going to have with guys like this is, where do we repatriate them to? Obviously, we say Pakistan, but they've got this dual nationality. Well, I don't even know if they've got dual nationality. I think these guys are just British. I don't know, because British on paper, I'm saying. But so it's difficult. I mean, but you're right. They shouldn't be anywhere near this country, let alone loose on the streets after what they've done. They've physically assaulted a female police officer viciously. I mean, what's going on? How have they had two trials and they still haven't come to a decision? I mean, look, there's something nefarious going on. Who are the jurors? Obviously, we're never going to get to know that, but they need to be examined. Something's not right.
Utterly insane, and it's absolutely appalling.
It's an embarrassment. It's an embarrassment when you can't even punish a criminal in our own country. We created laws that are now used around the world, yet we can't punish criminals in our own country. It's fucking ludicrous. It's an embarrassment.
Progressive woke judges. It's progressive woke judges and foreigners. Anyway, listen, I've enjoyed this stream. I hope everybody else has found it informative. And yeah, so I'm going to be back. What time is it? What day is it? Friday tomorrow, isn't it? So we'll be back same time tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. Are you doing Spaces now? Did you say you were doing?
No, I won't do now, mate, because I've got a few bits to do. So we won't continue on tonight. We've done a long stream, haven't we? So
I feel sorry for the people that were looking forward to your Spaces as well. Oh, that's a shame. I'm sorry, guys, that there's no Spaces. I'm sure.
No, we'll do a Friday night. We'll do a Friday night. We can either do a video stream on Friday and then a space, or we can just go straight into a space and just have a big debate night instead.
Yeah, see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. But yeah, no, thanks for coming on tonight, mate. Appreciate it. And yeah, I'll catch you all tomorrow night. See you later.
See you later. Thank you.